In what seems to be a crazy offseason already, with trades happening damn near every day now, I feel like the Miami Heat's time is just coming at this point. I feel like it's like a clock ticking until it actually happens, as Pat Riley's been hinting at making moves ever since last year's trade deadline, since they traded Jimmy Butler, and I feel like it might just be time soon. And Pat Riley has been saying he wants to change up the roster a little bit. He's saying how the roster is not going to be the same. I don't know what he means by that, whether he's going to be competing next year or trying to go into rebuild mode. We're not totally sure here, but all I'm going to say is I've been hearing Bam Adebayo's name in some talks. But what is up, y'all, and welcome back to another video. And before we get everything, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe, like I always say. Helps me out so much. And today we're going to be talking about Big Bam Adebayo, the Miami Heat native. I mean, he's been there through thick and thin, through both of their championship runs. Obviously, they've lost in the finals both those times, but, you know, Bam Adebayo's been there since the Jimmy Butler days, since the end of the Dwayne Wade days. Bam Adebayo's been a native, and I'm starting to hear his name in some trade rumors. And I'm going to get right into it, as it starts with a tweet from NBA Central saying, the Lakers are favorites to land Bam Adebayo in a potential trade. The teams go the Lakers, Grizzlies, Spurs, Kings, Mavericks, Bulls, Celtics. And just looking at the other options, they're not really great. The Grizzlies, I mean, they have Zach Edey and Jaren Jackson, so unless they want to fill that void of losing Desmond Bane with Bam Adebayo, I don't really see that happening. The Spurs, I mean, they have Wemby already. They could use another power forward, maybe. We also have the Kings, Mavericks, Bulls, and Celtics, and I feel like the Celtics should just be wrapped off this. They don't have any of the money to, you know, hold the Bam Adebayo contract. They just got out of the second apron by trading Kristaps Porzingis for basically pennies on the dime, and I think taking on Bam Adebayo and basically trading out more assets away for him just doesn't make sense, so we're going to wipe them off the list. Mavericks could be cool, but they probably have to be willing to part ways with Derek Lively, and I'm not sure they want to do that, so the Mavericks are a little iffy. The Kings, I just feel like the Kings should just blow it up and start tanking at this point. They're probably going to trade DeMar DeRozan. It's going to be Domantas Sabonis left, and I just don't think it really makes sense for them to trade for Bam Adebayo, especially if they're not in championship winning condition at the moment, so I think the Kings should also be off that. So what team does that leave us with? The Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm going to say right before we get into this, I'm not a Lakers fan. I actually like the Warriors, so I do not like the Lakers, so there's no biases here. But, you know, the Lakers are number one on this list. They need a star center. Not really a star, but they need a good center. And if Bam Adebayo is on the market, it would make sense for them to go after him. And I also want it to be known how the Lakers and the Heat have held trade talks. So, you know, Pat Riley and Pelinka have been talking. So that's just something to know, as, you know, the Lakers desperately need a center, like I keep on mentioning, and the Heat have basically two good centers in Kelly Oubre and Bam Adebayo. And also in the past, the Heat refused to give up Kelly Oubre and Kevin Durant trades, so they're basically attached with Kelly Oubre. So that could mean that Bam Adebayo could be, you know, looked at as available on the trade market. So that's just something interesting. And the Lakers have also shown interest in Andrew Wiggins, as they also are the favorites to land Andrew Wiggins in a potential trade. However, I feel like they've mentioned more about Andrew Wiggins than Bam Adebayo. And the Lakers basically have publicly said how they want to pursue Andrew Wiggins. But I feel like, you know, if the Miami Heat got a good enough offer from the Los Angeles Lakers for Bam Adebayo, they could do a massive trade that sends Andrew Wiggins and Bam Adebayo to the Lakers for people like, you know, Dalton Connect, maybe even Austin Reeves, because I've heard how the Lakers will not be able to pay Austin Reeves what he probably expects in the coming offseason. Not this offseason, but the next offseason. So, you know, the Lakers could see that as an opportunity to, you know, move on from Austin Reeves. You could also throw in a Rui Hachimura on that deal, maybe any first-round picks you have. You could go a massive haul here, and I feel like, you know, it would be a perfect fit for the Lakers if they bring in Andrew Wiggins for the 3-and-D defense, and then bring in Bam Adebayo for that anchoring center that could kind of replace somewhat of what Anthony Davis did for them. And I'm not going to read this whole tweet that NBA Central said, but they said how the Miami Heat reportedly like Rui Hachimura and can potentially, you know, push for Dalton Connect to a potential Andrew Wiggins trade. And obviously, I feel like, you know, the Heat would not be able to get Dalton Connect and Rui Hachimura back for Andrew Wiggins, but if they want to go a bigger trade and the Lakers throw in Austin Reeves and the Heat throw in Bam Adebayo, that could be a massive haul. I might be long-shotting this, but I think it would be, you know, a win-win for both scenarios, because look at the Heat perspective. The Heat have a young center in Kelly Oubre. They also have Nikola Jovic, who they really have seen and made it public how they want to keep Jovic and Kelly Oubre together. They also have a young guy in Tyler Hero. Obviously, he's not super young, but, you know, he's growing with the team and he's getting better every season. I feel like if you build a core around Austin Reeves, Tyler Hero, Kelly Oubre, and Nikola Jovic, that's a good start, because I feel like right now they're in mediocrity. Obviously, the East is wide open, so the Heat could, you know, make a run. But I feel like unless they get someone like a Giannis, the Heat really don't have a chance to win the championship. So doing a little mini reset here, you know, not completely rebuilding, but, you know, basically making a refresh, getting rid of Bam Adebayo, getting rid of Andrew Wiggins, but bringing in guys like Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, you know, Rui Hachimura, a new core, a new identity that could be good looks for the Heat. And then obviously the Lakers, they need someone to pair with Luka Doncic. Bam Adebayo could definitely catch lobs. He has also developed a really strong offense offensive game over the last years. He has the 3-ball now. He's a really strong mid-range game. He's also a versatile defender. I feel like he can guard, the 3 through 5. He's been very versatile there. And I feel like, Bam Adebayo would be a perfect fit in the Los Angeles Lakers system. They could also still go for a guy like Clint Capella in free agency. They could go for a guy like Brook Lopez too in free agency. I feel like, this trade might be a win-win for both sides. And even if it seems like a long shot, we've seen some crazier trades happen this offseason. I mean, Kristaps Porzingis got traded for pennies on the dime. Jrue Holiday got traded for Anthony Simons. That was a random trade. This could come out of nowhere, man. I mean, we saw the Luka Doncic trade at the trade deadline. That was also insane. But yeah, man, I'm curious to see you guys' thoughts in the comments here about Bam Adebayo, potentially being in the Lakers. Lakers fans, I know you guys might be a little biased here, but let me know what you guys think about Bam Adebayo potentially being on your team. That could be interesting. And also just NBA fans in general, let me know what you guys think about this trade idea. Obviously, it could be looked at as a long shot, but we've seen crazier stuff, like I keep on saying. I mean, Desmond Bane got traded for 5 first-round picks. I feel like for the sake of basketball, this could be, good for everybody's eyes. I mean, Bam Adebayo playing with LeBron for one last year, kind of full circle. LeBron played Bam Adebayo in 2020 with Jimmy Butler, and now he's going to bring him onto his team for one last run. It could be cool, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe like I always say. It helps me out so much. And yeah, man, we out.